All right, and welcome back to the stream, everybody. Hope everybody's doing good. And I will move us over to the studio here so we can slice the Spartan in the H2D, and we'll see what that comes out like. I am streaming.
I can tell you what that comes out like.
With all the stuff that I added and all of the extras that I added to it. Is it over 2 days?
I can't think of that. Well, I printed two of them. I separated the heads, printed those first, and then I printed two bodies on the same plate, and then two shields and two swords on the same plate.
And what did yours come out to? Mine was a day and like 3 hours for the body and the head, and then like 5 hours for the sword and the shield. But I did switch a bunch of stuff up too.
Yeah, the sword and the shield sound about right. I think to print two heads, it was 18 hours, and the two bodies, I think, were 28 hours.
So there you see it for the H2D. 1 day, 18 hours, 30 minutes.
So it took another 15 hours.
13 hours, I think. Yeah, 13 hours.
Yeah, 13 hours more on the D versus the C. Just for the
you could optimize that by putting the head on the different plate because the colors ain't going to match up to the body.
Yeah, but he wanted to know same. Apples to apples. That's the same. I think the other thing that could be optimized is, since I didn't sync and have all of this filament in here, I don't think it's like splitting it between these. But it did add let's say 10 hours. You could probably further optimize this down, but it probably took an extra 10 hours to do.
Yeah, big difference.
But it was a cool model. It was really, really cool model.
Oh yeah, it's very, very neat. And I just printed in basic PLA colors. I didn't use the fancy silk stuff that you got, which was actually turned out really good.
Yeah, the silk black, surprisingly, I was like, what the heck? Why would you ever want this? But then, like, it makes the hands look like leather or whatever. Like, it was a really, really cool effect to it. So it turned out nice with all the silks.
Because you would think automatically silk would make it look more like metal instead of a textile.
But it like has that leather shine or whatever to it now. It looks great. It turned out awesome with all the silk. And then I used what did you use for the body color? I just used the desert tan, and that worked out great. I didn't have any issues with
that's what I used for the body was desert tan. Most of my bodies are desert tan unless it's something like really light skinned, and then I'll use the beige.
Yeah, it's a good color for that. But yeah, that was a really good print. But yeah, you're investing like 2 days on the H2D, Ed, but it's worth it. It's a really cool model.
Well, see, I got two H2Ds, so I printed the heads on one and the bodies on the other, and it pretty much ended roughly at the same time. And one ended obviously several hours before the other, but
cool.
And then I just changed up the sword a little bit. Instead of it all being gold, I just added some silver and left some of the gold. And then made this all silk.
Cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, I'm sure it
turned out awesome.
At some point, Gabe will print this too, and he'll do a different color scheme.
Yeah, he'll have 13 different rainbow colors and some glow in the dark in there somewhere. Something cool. It'll be awesome, I'm sure.
It took 5 minutes on the H2C.
That's funny. So the other thing I wanted to look at is, man, that's a good price on the H2C. Oh, that's a good price on that.
I'm still holding out to see what the next generation I'm gonna
Yeah,
wait.
yeah, they're gonna come out with something crazy cool again.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, and you ought to screenshot that 2149, and that's for the combo,
Mhm.
and see how that compares to the Black Friday sale. Because basically what they're doing right now is they're doing a summer sale, and then they'll do the Black Friday
It'll
sale. So I
probably be
wonder
like
how.
$19.99,
Yeah, that's
which
what
will
I'm
be a
thinking is
great
19.99.
price for that.
Yeah.
Sub $2,000 for the H2C is hard to walk away from, I would say.
Yeah.
So I killed my H2S.
How'd you
What
do
happened?
that?
I'm not exactly
What do you
sure.
mean?
It started printing real funny, like really fiberish.
Ooh.
And I thought, well, it'll catch up or something. And then it finally, the AI detected it, and it said that there was an extrusion error, or the extruder was something. I took a picture of it. Let me see here. As soon as all these pop-ups on my phone clear out. It said printing stopped. The extruder is not extruding normally. Please refer to the assistant. And I have printed other items on there, and it does the same thing. So there's something up with the extruder. So I'm either gonna have to replace the extruder or take it apart and clean it or something.
I'll put $5 on all you got to do is take it apart, and there's a tiny piece of filament somewhere in there, and all you got to do is clean it and put it back together.
Yeah.
I'll bet
But
anything.
I tell you
Yeah.
what,
I think
I
the
tell
same
you
thing.
what, I tell you what, the taking that extruder apart on the H2D, I saw a video on it, and it's
But
a
the
task.
S might be easy.
This is the S.
Oh yeah. This is the S. That's right.
The
The
S
doesn't
might
have the
be
dual.
easy,
Yeah,
and you probably
It's probably
just
easier. Yes,
you
yes.
probably just have a little piece of filament stuck in the
Yeah,
gears
yeah.
somewhere, and or it's clogged in there. Like I don't think it. I would just go in there and clean it, Justin, and see if that fixes it, and just watch the video from Bamboo or whatever on how to clean it. And I bet you anything, because I've had that on the X1C before. I haven't had it on the H2D or whatever, but I've had that happen once or twice on the X1C, and it was just a tiny little piece of filament stuck in there. And you get in there and clean all that grease, and then clean that out, and then put some fresh grease in there, and you'll be golden.
Yeah,
the X1C is easy to take apart.
Exactly.
So
That's very easy.
I'm hoping the H2S is the same.
It's a single nozzle with an easier to remove nozzle, so I'm assuming it's just that top plate and 4 screws, and you're halfway there, you know.
Well, you'll let us know. You'll let us know. But the D is a process. I saw a video on it, and it's so elaborate. You know, it's not the same thing as the X series. Now, I don't know about the S, because the S is only one nozzle, so it's maybe not as complex. But the breakdown of that one looked overwhelming.
Oh yeah, the H2D or the H2C, you're probably looking at a process there, but the H2S with the single nozzle, I don't know, it might not be. Might not.
Probably. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right.
Might be a quick fix. Other ones, I'd be scared. That one, you might be okay. And maybe it's a known issue. Maybe you'll find a couple of videos with, oh no, it's just this stupid thing right here or something.
Yeah, I'll find out tomorrow, because I'm gonna take it apart, because I'm trying to print single color things, and my X1Cs are doing it, but I want to be able to print on 3 printers, single color, different parts. So
All right, tell us about the cyber bricks, Diego. Here's the cool little controllers.
Oh yeah. So the printing is not, it doesn't take so long. The assembly, oh my God, that's different.
Yeah, there's a billion parts to these little things, huh? Little
Yeah.
tiny ones too, little tiny parts that you have to print.
20 million
That's
screws
what
as
I'm
well.
afraid of, is I've printed all my cyberbrick stuff. I just haven't put the electronics in it. That's what scares me.
Yeah, there's
Honestly,
so
it's not
many little
scary,
pieces.
It's not scary, but it's time consuming. I can tell you that. And I made a few mistakes along the way. So on the forklift, I have to reprint all the forklift assembly because I made a mistake. Then when I was assembling the controllers here, there's two possible configurations for the controllers depending on the type of batteries you use. And I saw that there was one that you can use a rechargeable battery instead of putting like a double A's. And I said, oh, that's great. I'm going to use that. And I didn't realize that by doing that, I was using components I needed after for the track and the forklift. So yeah, I had to buy those again. I was basically cannibalizing the parts I was going to need later. So, and I didn't realize until I was assembling the truck. So, but I learned a lot of things along the way. I used for the first time my rotary tool because I had to clean up some pieces. I printed for the first time ever in TPU, which I'd never done before. I kind of cheated though. I used the TPU for AMS. I didn't use real TPU, which surprised me.
The TPU for AMS works pretty good. It's not as spongy or whatever, but I use it for all of my drone stuff and it works great.
Yeah, but you know what surprised me? Everybody says, oh, TPU sticks like hell. So, okay, I started to try to use it, but I didn't put any, I thought, okay, whatever, I will just, remove it with very strong force from the plate and whatever. But TPU for AMS doesn't stick, almost doesn't stick. So that kind of caught me off guard.
No, and like, unless you just absolutely need that squishiness from the TPU and all of that, like jumping through all of those hoops isn't worth it because the TPU from the AMS is squishy enough for what I need it to do. And it prints great. And it's easy. You just throw it in there and print it, and it, I don't ever do anything special with that.
The regular TPU, not the TPU for AMS, on the X series, it's not difficult to print, but on the H series, at least on the
that is true. That's a good point.
It is difficult to print.
Yeah, you got to jump through hoops, stand on one leg, hold your eyebrow just right. But on the X1C, it wasn't bad. You are right about that.
Yeah, until I got the filament assistant, which I don't think you like very much, but it does help tremendously on the H series, at least the H2D. You don't have to go through all the hoops of taking the top off and feeding it from the top. You can actually feed it from.
But
you still have to remove
even the little thing, and that's what I'm saying. Like, unless you just absolutely need that, the TPU for AMS for what I use TPU for, which isn't a whole lot of stuff, but it's just my drone stuff where the vibration stuff and the landing feet and things like that. It's more than adequate for that stuff. Yeah. And I even use it for anti-vibration stuff on some of the components or whatever. And that's using some of its squishiness. And again, it's not as squishy as some of the 95 or the 85 or whatever, but I think it works. I think it works great, and you just throw it in the AMS and you're good to go.
The only problem I had with that is that it's not very stretchy. So
exactly.
Yeah.
You have to put some tracks on the forklift, and because that one is not as stretchy, I found that I think I kind of destroyed it a little bit when I was trying to put it on. So I think I'm going to try I saw another model on Maker World that is specifically for TPU for AMS, so I might try to use that.
Yeah, I printed with with both the AMS TPU and also the regular TPU, 95 and 90. I haven't printed with the 85. And with the X series, I didn't have a problem printing. But I had a hard time with the H series until I got the that assist. And I also purchased the modification that you can actually get these for the right nozzle. You can change the
yeah, there's a special nozzle, right?
exact a special nozzle for TPU that you need if you're going to print 85 on it. And but you have to modify. You have to purchase. It comes with a adapter. So you have to modify the where you actually place the nozzle because it's a different style of nozzle on the right side. So you have to take it out and modify. It's a little cumbersome to do it because it takes about maybe 15 minutes to swap it out, 10 minutes to swap it out. But it prints great. I mean, I tell you what, after that, it's much easier than to try to print from the top, all that stuff.
Yeah, the CyberBrick stuff is cool. I mean, when I started printing, I started getting stuff, I think around October, when there were some crowdfunding ones, and I did some like RC trucks and stuff like that, and an RC tank and something else, and I printed all of it. And then I ordered all the CyberBricks, and I was stupid because I was paying full price for the CyberBricks, and then on Black Friday, I ordered like 7 more sets of CyberBricks, and it didn't even equal the cost of the 2 CyberBricks I bought.
Yeah, the only reason I bought it is because it was on promotion. Otherwise, I would never have paid full price for it. It's crazy expensive. I think it was 110 Canadian dollars if you buy the ultimate kit. But with the promotion and everything, it was like 46, so I took it.
And it comes with a truck, and what else?
So it's two vehicles and two controllers. So
that's not bad for 40-some bucks. That's cheap.
Well, yeah, because right now it's in promotion. Yes.
Yeah. That's a good deal.
I took it on one of those flash sales that they do.
Yeah, normally for one vehicle, it's like $60-65, and for 2, it's like $100.
That's crazy. And it moves well. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
That's pretty cool.
Future Amazon worker.
There you go. That's pretty cool, man.
That's pretty good. How many tries did that take?
That's actually my first try. You ever seen my first try?
Yeah,
I love it. I love it.
Yeah. Sorry if the angle is not very nice, but I couldn't film and control the thing at the same time. I needed my both hands. So
you did great. It's great.
Yeah, that's
fabulous.
awesome.
That's fabulous. Love it.
Now you make me want to open up all the 3,000 pieces I got.
There you go. Now, are you allowed to sell it if you buy it? Are you allowed to sell it?
Yeah, that's the one question I've always had.
I don't know.
think the answer is yes, but what you would have to charge in order to make your money back after getting the CyberBrick, printing out the pieces, putting it together, shipping it. I mean, nobody's going to pay that, I don't think.
Well, I mean, definitely at the price that you pay for it, but at this discounted sales price, it's not that bad.
But it takes a long time to assemble. Like a long time.
Yeah, that's true.
Look at that The Make Road kit didn't look that expensive, and that freaking thing hauled butt. Like, that thing was nearly uncontrollable. It had a good little motor in it. And they're sending me the boat. I'm getting the boat, the 3D printed boat pretty soon. So we'll see what that one's about too.
I don't know which,
But they have a similar little kit for the F1 car, but there's other like little cars or whatever. And it's the same thing, the little guts inside of it or whatever, right? The little receiver for the remote. They sell like an actual remote, like the ones that you got for the SCX 30. Just in that same, it's the exact same remote that comes with that little kit. So you don't have to 3D print the remote and all of that. And it's an actual like little RC remote. But look at that Lake Road kit.
Is the boat with a remote, or is, because I printed a boat that had,
and I could just ask them if you can get a license to sell that stuff.
Is it just me, or are the front wheels on that not turning?
They are not turning.
Because at that point I didn't have the tread, the track on, so it was just the back wheels that are working. The front wheels are actually just free movement. It's just you know, the motors are there are two motors and one for each wheel basically.
in the back.
Yeah, and that's why you control it like a tank. You know, it has those type of controls. So when you're trying to turn, it's like you're twisting one wheel to on one direction and the other one to the other side.
I see.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
come on,
I
Brandon.
downloaded a crowd-funded tank and printed it that I helped support. And I want to say it takes like 4 cyberbrick packages to make this tank, and this tank's huge. I mean, it's like
That's great.
1/12 scale or something like that. I think I figured it up. Once you had, now this was buying the cyberbricks at normal price. If you bought all the cyberbrick parts and once you printed everything, the tank was going to end up costing you almost $200.
Wow.
By the time it was done. But I mean, it does everything. The turret moves, the cannon moves in and out.
You can get a real RC tank that has little sounds and everything for that. And you don't have to print it and put it together. You can just enjoy it and have fun with it.
But this is great.
Yeah, this is really cool though. This little forklift's pretty awesome.
Oh yeah, great. Come on, great.
Yeah, cool stuff.
I was asking you, the boat you're referring to, does it include, you said it, does it include the controller?
Yeah.
Because I printed a boat that had a propeller in the, I mean, a motor in the back, but it's a wind motor that you wind, has a spring and you wind it and it, those, I mean, for Maker World, I printed a couple of those for my grandkids about a year and a half ago.
So this is the little kit that they sent me for the F1 or whatever, and mine already came together. But you don't have to. Where's the Maker kit right here? So this has all the electronics for the car or whatever, and then you just print out the cars, and then same thing for the boat. And the boat comes with 2 motors, the little lipo, everything.
Okay, yeah, this is different boat. No,
that looks like the remote right there. Yeah, here's the remote for it. Which these are cool because it's like actual like RC. I mean, this isn't the most high-end RC stuff, but that's just above toy grade RC stuff. And this remote for this one is the exact same remote for the SCX 30. This is the exact, for an actual, like a real, I think, Justin, you have the little Jeep one. I have the little Chevy truck one, but it's the exact same remote. The only difference is this wheel right here is different. Otherwise, everything is the same on it. Everything is the same.
Yeah,
which is kind of cool.
XCS 30s. And there's more and more 3D print stuff coming out for that too, for the XCS 30 series.
Has anybody looked up and see if they have this in other platforms. Because I've noticed that some of the stuff that I was buying from Maker's World, accessories, I could get them through Etsy much cheaper.
There's a lot of stuff you can get cheaper.
Yeah, so I wonder if any of these stuff are in Etsy.
Maybe each of these individual components.
Or like, no, but like kits. I mean, I bought some that I mean, the kits were kits from Maker's World for a third of the price. Like for
So
lamps.
Maker were Cyberbrick branded, you mean?
No. Maker World was selling stuff like lights,
Okay, I understood.
stuff like that, and I got them. And actually, a couple of them had some motors too, but not sophisticated like these. And they were a third the price that Maker's World was selling it. Now, Maker World at regular price. Like for example, those lights they were selling at Maker's World, they were charging like $10 or $12, $11. I got them at Etsy for like $3.
Yeah,
I
these
wouldn't
aren't
be
the
surprised.
cheapest, but they're not bad. $50 again, real
That's
remote,
expensive. I find that expensive. I mean, it has
two
the
motors.
controller, but I would expect for $50 you can get, you don't have to print your own thing and put it together.
Yeah,
I mean-
I'm scared of the car. This one's $63. And it looks like there's a ton of little pieces that are with this thing.
I'm gonna check in Etsy, see if they have any of these.
Yeah. Yeah, this remote right here and the little system for it, where is it at right there? With the little antenna. I bet you could get that pretty cheap for like $20 from somewhere. And then it's just a matter of motor and a battery, which again, you can probably get that pretty cheap too.
But in Etsy, some of them may have them like a kit, the same kit.
Maybe.
I mean, I haven't seen these, but
This is
like I said,
this is fairly expensive because you can get. I hope they're
Yeah.
not listening, but yeah, you could get a real one for about that price.
yeah.
I mean, the SCX 30s, the little rock crawlers that we got, those were only $100, or I think it's $79 or something. So it's not much more. And that came with the battery, remote, the whole 9 yards, lights, and all of that. Reverse. What this one had reverse though too.
I think the thing with these is they're more geared towards people that want to tinker and want to learn 3D modeling so they can design their own vehicles and use the same internals and make something different.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
All right, let's move over to Ed's picks here and see.
I didn't do much this week.
We got Leonardo right away. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I printed this for my grandson. He wasn't too excited when he saw them. Yeah, these are about, they're quick print, Ed. I think they're like 3 hours each. Or 2.5 hours, 3 hours each. They're about 8 inches. And the 4 of them. And then the 5th one has the 4 of them in one plate. So, and they came out okay. And my grandson wasn't overexcited about it.
Is this flat or is it a Hue Forge?
I don't think it prints like Hue Forge, but I don't think it was used for it. It prints like Hue Forge. It's completely flat, by layer. This only had black, white, and this one is, I think, is purple.
So does it print face down or face up?
The 4 large one, which are like 8 inches, print face down. The last one, which has 4 of them in one plate, prints it face up. And if you see, look at the right hand bottom, that's supposed to be orange and doesn't look like orange. And part of it is because it has black in the back, and the black is too dark and just didn't come out, the orange didn't come out the way it's supposed to.
Yeah, it looks like a
You didn't have enough
brown.
layers of orange.
Yeah, maybe not enough passes of the orange. But had it printed the back white, it would have printed fine the orange on top, you know?
Mhm.
But this one printed
They still turned
the
out
black
good, though.
first. Yeah, they came out okay. Came out okay. But my grandson wasn't too excited about it. I guess he likes the figurine better.
Kids
His
today
father,
are too picky. Can you
Yeah, his
imagine our parents giving us something like this as kids? When we were kids, we would be ecstatic.
oh yeah, his father is 38 now, and he's 5. He'll be 6. His father's 38, and when he was a kid, he loved all these Ninja Turtles. He had a collection of them. And my oldest son, he's 42, 43. He had a collection of all these Ninja Turtles, a bunch of stuff. But you're right, kids now are spoiled.
That's funny.
I'm not sure it's so much spoiled as it is they just don't appreciate stuff
Exactly.
as
Exactly.
the way we did. You know, they don't
Yeah.
realize what goes into it.
Yeah. These are these stands. I printed them to use in my kitchen. I have a bunch of cups that were stacked one on top of the other, and it was a pain in the neck to try to get the stuff. So I printed a bunch of these, and now you'll see a picture later on how I'm putting them together. But I printed too many actually. I printed like 12 of these. There's 2 sizes. One is there are 2 here, one on top of the other. So you can put cups in the bottom and cups in the middle and cups on top. That's the size of the. There's 2 versions of it. One has a divider in the middle that you actually can make it sturdier by and this is one that is only smaller. It's only, you can only put one set of cups underneath and one set of cup on top. The other you can put 2, depending on the size of the cup, of course. So anyway, so I just rearranged part of the kitchen where I had all these mugs and cups for coffee and collections that you pull over time. You'll see them in a minute. And that's what I did this week. I didn't do much of any. This one took like 4 hours to print. So it takes some time. And the large one, I think, took 5.5 hours.
An easy way to strengthen the large flat area is to take a piece of threaded rod and warm it up and just melt it into the bottom of it.
Oh, but it's strong enough. I mean, for this, I mean, you're not putting a lot of weight, but some of
Right.
the bugs are. But it's.
It depends
It's,
on what the average temperature is there.
Yeah, I mean, it's thick. It's fairly thick, the top, so it holds it pretty well. It doesn't sway or anything like that. I mean, I just put them up. So anyway, that's look at those cups are in there. Before they were all on top of each other, so you could only take the ones that are in front and never got the one in the back. Most likely, you're going to use the ones that are in front, but it's easier now. You can get to them. You don't have to, to take everything out to take the one in the bottom. So anyway,
Yeah, now you can get use of all of the cups.
yeah, well, yeah, most of them. But I had printed 2 more where the center top is. But those big mugs, those are my wife's likes those big mugs. Were too tall to put them up there. You notice in the bottom, I divided them into 2. Because originally I was only going to do one side, but then I decided to do both sides. So I had to print the 2 smaller ones, and I don't have any on top of that because I need it taller on the top, on the bottom shelf for the top cups were in the back, which are taller. They wouldn't fit there. But they printed well, actually. They printed pretty well.
Yeah.
Gabe heard me talking about him, so now he's here.
What's that?
I said Gabe heard me talking about him, so now he's here. But no, that's a
I
great.
did not hear you talking about me. I was swimming in the pool. I got out of the pool because I was gathering my filament from the bottom of the pool that I keep it there so it's not as moisty as outside. And when I came out of the pool, I was like, oh, it's 9:20. I'm late. So yes,
That
he
is a
started
good,
running
good
around
use.
yelling, I'm late, I'm late, I'm late for a very important day. Yes. I didn't know what I was late for, but I knew I was late for something.
Welcome
That
back.
is a good use print though, Ed. That turned out really nice.
No, they print it well. They're fairly strong. If you needed them to be stronger, you can print them with a divider in the middle. But I wanted to have the space to be able to put more than two on a row. If you print the first version of it that comes out of Maker's World has a divider in the middle that makes it supposedly a little stronger to hold up the cups and top. You're losing some capacity to put maybe an additional cup depending on the size of them. But yeah, they printed great.
Yeah, if you were to,
This is something I was planning to do myself. Because this also can be used as a space saver because you're using more of your vertical space.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
and like if you wanted to strengthen that front edge of the shelf, you just melt in a threaded rod and it doesn't take any more space. And the threaded rod effectively is going to make it like, that's like putting a piece of steel across there. It's easy to put in, even after the fact. Like if this starts warping because your cups are on there during the heat of the day, hey, it might warp. You can heat it up, put in the threaded rods and not worry about it warping again.
Yeah, I'm not too concerned about warping in there because even though it's in the kitchen, it's an air conditioned, so it's going to be in 74, 73 degrees temperature.
While you're home.
I always have the air conditioner on when I'm out and I'm not in the house. I have it set for 76 or 77. So my house never goes warmer.
Goes
than that.
ballistic.
Yeah, it never goes. I mean, Miami, humidity is terrible. Now, I do have my espresso machine underneath there. There's another picture I don't know, I think we passed it earlier. I don't know, did we see the, there's an espresso machine there. That does then heat up, but I don't think it's gonna affect there's a cabinet there.
But if you simply print it in PETG, it should be enough, no?
Yeah, you're right. There is, you could print it in PETG. I didn't print them in PETG. I don't think I needed it because it's going to be enclosed in there. The espresso machine is there.
We'll see. Really hot. We're going to get a big crash.
If it gets to a temp that will damage PLA, you have a bigger problem.
Yeah, there's probably a big fire somewhere around there.
No, I mean, that boiler, that espresso machine, that boiler does keep the cups warm, but it's, you can put your hand on it. It's not going to burn you, but it keeps it warm. It does keeps it warm.
All it takes is warming it up a little bit and the PLA gets a lot softer.
Yeah, but there's wood. But there's wood in between that. There's space and there's wood. But we'll see. I'll let you guys know.
Heat rises through the wood.
Yeah, I'll let you know in a few months if I have a problem with that. If I do, then I'll print them in PETG.
Yeah, or use the threaded rod trick and use what you have.
Yeah, maybe so. We'll see. I'll let you guys know in a couple of months if I have any issue with it. Anyway,
I don't think you're going to have issues. I'll be honest. I have printed a funnel out of PLA. I left it in my car for months, actually, in the trunk. And it wasn't until it was like 110 degrees outside and my car was sitting outside that it actually deformed. So I don't think you're going to have, the car was probably somewhere in the 150 to 160 degrees inside. So I doubt if your cabinet gets to 150 degrees, I'm pretty sure you have a bigger issue already.
Yeah, I have a fire in the kitchen.
I always
Yeah,
found
we'll
it
see.
interesting. I'm not a coffee drinker, but I always found it interesting that coffee drinkers tend to collect cups. I mean, how many cups do you need for coffee? Just wash out.
Bro, it's just
So-
me here, and I got a box full of cups, and then like a whole, not two things like this, but I have one like this. I'm gonna need to print these out too because I got a bunch of them stacked on top of each other, and I only use like 4 of the cups, but it's probably because they're all stacked on each other. But yeah, I have a ton of them. And the thing is I don't even buy these things either. I don't think ever in my life bought a coffee cup, but I get them all the time from everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a cheap gift you can give to a coffee drinker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. See, I was always under the assumption that when the few times that I did drink coffee in my life, I always had 1 cup, and when I was done with it, I washed it out and set it on the counter, dried it, and it was ready for the next cup of coffee. I didn't need
Yeah,
a second
but
third cup.
these
Yeah,
are
but
my
you're
cups that I
efficient.
use. Yeah, but these cups are not cups that I use regularly. The cups that I use regularly is either an espresso cup. You see they're sitting right on top of the espresso machine. There, you can't see it there, but next to it is best grandpa ever. Behind there are glass cups. I use those also for espresso. And I have another cup, which you can't see here, which I usually use for my cafe latte. But these are generally they're gifts. These are generally gifts that they give me out here. But yeah. So and my wife uses some of the big ones also for tea and stuff. But before there was very difficult to get access to, except the top 3 or 4.
Yeah, Justin,
now
if you
I-
want a bunch of coffee mugs to cloud up your cabinet, just tell people you
There you
drink
go.
coffee or tea, and you'll have 1,000 of these things in a year,
Yeah.
man. They just
That's right.
gravitate towards you.
That's right. That's right.
But that's the other
But
thing
anyway.
when you see people that have a bunch of cups, Justin, ask them how many of them they bought. And they'll be like, you know what? I never bought a coffee cup ever.
Yeah.
They just multiplied like rabbits.
Yeah,
I don't know
except
where
for
they
like
came from.
maybe these espresso ones or these glass ones that are like purpose built for like your, like I got to get my caffeine. I ain't trying to mess around. But all the rest of them are from events that you go to, or
Yeah.
souvenir you get somewhere, or somebody gives you a souvenir from somewhere. But yeah, I have a crap ton of them too, and I haven't bought a lick of them.
Mhm. I've got a couple that I've purchased when I visited. For example, there's one there from Starbucks Nashville that my son got. He was working when he was studying in Nashville. But I've bought a couple of them, but the majority are just gifts. People give them to you.
But regardless, I
Anyway.
think that's a great use of a 3D printer to solve a problem.
There you go. That's what I said. But I printed too many, so. Because the one at the top there, I couldn't use there. Those cups are too tall.
All right, thanks for sending those in, Ed. And now we'll move over to Justin and some more
Thanks, Ed.
crazy eyes.
Yeah, this is, I haven't watched it yet, but everybody says it's really good. It's on Amazon called Spider-Man Noir. And apparently it's like a 1930s type thing. And this is supposedly Spider-Man. I don't know. I thought it looked cool, so I just printed it. The eyes roll around and move, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and, apparently you can see it in black and white or in color. You can select however you wanna see it.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to watch it yet, so I guess
Me neither, but a friend of mine was telling me the other day.
Interesting.
with Nicolas Cage.
What's it called again?
Spider-Man Noir, Noir.
Noir.
In Netflix, you said?
I think it's
Prime.
Amazon.
Oh, Amazon Prime, okay.
Right.
Okay, let me
I
look
wonder
at
what it would take to have and add some servos to this to make the eyes follow you around.
That would be freaky.
That'd be awesome.
And it would just mean a couple servos and probably an Arduino Nano and a camera to figure out where you're at.
No, just a couple motion sensors, right? Just have
Yeah.
each motion sensor have the eyes follow the motion sensor, whichever one's picking it up.
Yeah, you could probably get away with an Arduino Nano.
Or an ESP32 for even cheaper.
Yeah, ESP32 doesn't have a lot of compute power to it. And to detect a location, it needs some compute power.
Well, depends which one you have.
Yeah, it all depends on
But I'm talking
how it's
about the
following.
ESP32. I have an ESP32 S3 on my pocket right now. Let me get it up. It arrived today on Amazon.
Isn't the new one have like 4 gig of RAM or something crazy?
So I have an ESP32 P4. I think it is that it has a lot of power.
Yeah, those little things are crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
For as cheap as they are, they can do a lot.
But I received an S3 today, so some stuff I wanna try out. So, and the
don't
P4
forget to
is
smash the
pretty-
like button.
There you go.
Anyway, back to your Spider-Man.
Yeah, I would have never guessed that was Spider-Man, but I haven't seen that show either.
I mean, that's what they said it was, so I just printed it. This is a 9-inch tall flexi of Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th.
Yeah, that turned out awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Cool. Cool.
Does it,
Really
Right.
does it
It's 13th
print in
Spider-Man?
parts, or is it just a one full
No,
print?
this is all one piece. This is a flexi. And it originally was 2.75 inches tall, and then I just enlarged it to where it was 9 inches tall. And a guy that watches my Whatnot shows has been buying these up like crazy. But yeah, this one turned out really good.
Yeah, it's great. It doesn't look like
It's
a
printed
3D
on its
printed,
back?
of course.
Yeah, it's flat on the back. And I believe 2 of these took 37 hours to print 2 of them.
Mhm.
It's not horrible for a 9-inch tall one. That's not bad at all.
No.
On which printer?
H2D.
H2D.
So on a C, it should take less.
It should, yeah.
Yeah, I was listening to the conversation last week. I'm not sure you guys saw me screaming at you guys from the chat.
No?
No,
What were you yelling about? What did
that you guys
on?
were Justin was comparing the H2D to the C, doing the slicing and saying that the C was going to take like X amount more time than the D, and it didn't
Oh
make any
yeah, I
sense.
remember thinking if Gabe was here, he would be boiling.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
so go back and look at the chat. I was screaming at you guys. Like, check the layer height because it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, no, but the layer size was right, and they were the same. There's something else.
Yeah,
there has to
but
be
there
some-
had to be a setting because there's no
Yeah, of
way
course,
it
of
was
course,
taking
of course.
twice as long and more
Of course.
filament and.
Of course, yeah. We're
Yes, I was
everybody
insulting
agreed.
you guys, and you guys
Yeah.
couldn't hear me.
No, but everybody agreed, Justin agrees, there's something screwed up with it.
Yeah, I was on a
Funny.
flight. So Sundays has become a bit of an issue for me because I'm traveling for work. And I'm usually on an airplane when
Oh, so
the live starts.
you were watching it on the plane?
Yes, I was 30,000 feet insulting you guys.
Okay, there you go.
Yes.
We kind of felt something was going on.
You were screaming at
We
30,000?
felt his energy, we felt his.
Well, I was
we were
typing,
energy.
screaming at you guys.
Yeah, he couldn't actually scream because then the flight marshal would have ended his journey.
Yes, it wouldn't have been pretty. No.
All the passengers around him had to turn the air on because it got a little hotter.
Yeah.
So this is a 9-inch tall Pennywise. Again, another blow up of a flexi, and two of these took. I believe it took 56 hours.
All these ones that you blow up from 2.5 inches to 9 inches, 9 inches tall look fabulous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They all look fabulous.
Yeah, these turned out really good. I was really happy with the way they turned out. Because you never know. I mean, sometimes you blow something up and then it looks like, junk because the mesh or the model that the guy did doesn't have enough geometry. So when you blow it up, it starts to not pixelate because that's not a thing in 3D, but it starts to stretch the polys to where you start getting facets.
The facets were always there, but they weren't relevant.
But it's generally more of a problem to
Like,
bring
it's
it down in
amazing how you
size.
don't see any faceting on the dress. Those curved surfaces.
These things are really high poly.
Yeah, great. They look great. Look great. And you sell this one for how much?
I sell these for 45.
Okay, that's a fair price.
And the small versions I sell for 8 to 10, I think, for the 2.75 inch versions. So this was actually a request from one of my Whatnot shows. Somebody said, hey, can you print a flexi banana where the mouth opens and you can see the tongue? And I'm like, what in the world are you talking about? And she goes, well, I got this small one on a keychain and I like it, but I want a bigger one. I'm like, okay. And so I searched on MakerWorld, and lo and behold, one of my Patreons on MakerWorld had this, and it looked identical to the one that she had on a keychain, except it was more detailed. So I printed these two, and she bought both of them.
Oh,
That's awesome.
what is she going to do with this one? I mean, I'm going to send the keychain, but what is it going to? Is there a use for this other than?
No idea. I mean, set it on her desk and flop it around. I don't know.
Okay. Okay.
Keep it family friendly, but my mind went straight to the gutter. That's
where mine. Trust me, that's where mine went when we were on the Whatnot show, and she goes, "Can you make a 9-inch banana?" And I'm like, "What?"
Sure.
Yeah.
Do you want to add a silicone?
Yeah, let's move forward before I get demonetized.
Okay, yeah.
That's funny.
But I mean,
you should have, but you should have asked her, do you want it in TPU? 85, 65?
Yeah, exactly.
TPU.
Oh,
good grief. Yeah, there's so many jokes in my head right now that will ruin my channel.
Yeah,
Save for another time.
These are UV printed ceramic coasters. And these were actually done. My brother is one of the marketing people for MDHA, which is Minnesota's Deer Hunters Association. And they are doing a giveaway of a .50 caliber rifle in July. So
Hopefully they're not gonna be hunting deers with a 50 caliber rifle.
no. There
Instant
wouldn't be any
ground
deer
beef.
left.
Yeah.
Or instant ground venison.
Yeah, instant ground venison for sure. But
What
no, he
kind of
wanted,
50 caliber?
it's your normal AR style 50 cal.
Okay.
But
I
kinda
won
like
competition one year with a 50 caliber black powder.
yeah, not that type.
So 50 BMG.
50 BMG. And
Yeah,
so he wanted to know if I could create coins. And I said, yeah, I can do coins, I can do coasters. And he's like, well, send me a set of coasters and send me a set of coins with the same design on them, and we'll put them in with the rifle and use them as giveaways. And he sent me just the MDHA logo, which was black and white. And then he goes, we want to celebrate 250th, years of anniversary for America and all this. And he goes, add the 50 cal rifle text to it. And he goes, just come up with something cool. So I came up with these using AI. And then I did a depth map for each one. So they're raised a little bit. And they came out great.
No, they look great.
Yeah, these are
But
amazing.
you're only gonna make these for the prize, or you're gonna sell them too?
No, and there's the coin, the front of the coin, and there's the back of the coin. So I only made these for the prize, but I think they'll want more stuff later on for other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I did two different sizes of coins. I think this has a gold lip on it. So these were the 40 millimeter coins. And then I found some stainless steel 2-inch, they aren't even coins. They're like welder's blanks or something, but they're perfectly round, just like a coin. And they're a little bit thinner. But I did those too because they're a little bit larger. So, because these are like 1.5 inch and the other ones were like 2.5 inch.
Cool.
You got the registration on it, on the diameter, perfect.
Great.
Yeah, that's the hardest part about the UV printer is the fisheye lens and how it aligns things. So I think I screwed up maybe one coin on my test coin, and then I just adjusted it, and then it was fine.
It produces beautiful results.
Yeah, they turn out amazing.
Yeah.
So this is another rolling eye character that the guy I subscribed to released, and since I love the Toy Story aliens, I printed this one too. And the only thing that moves on him is his eyes.
But does he squeak?
Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
But yeah,
If you can squeeze this, it'll squeak.
Yeah. If you can squeeze this, his eyes will definitely pop out. And you probably have a grip like a gorilla fist. So, but yeah, I mean, it's just a cute little print. Somebody had seen my Scorpion Flexi and said, well, do you have Sub-Zero? Well, my Patreon guy released Sub-Zero, so I printed him and put him in a set.
That's awesome. Yeah, they
So next week
awesome as a set. That's awesome.
So next week we're gonna see the 9-inch version of this one.
I hope not, because these actually, what's interesting about this particular Patreon is he slices the back of the head off so it prints flat, but then he also separates the back of the head, the back of the back, and then the little kilt or sash or whatever you want to call it. And then you glue those to the back of the character. So it is a full 3D flexi instead of a
I
normal
see,
flat back.
I
flexi.
see, I see.
Really cool.
And then this one I actually got off Maker's World. I did the Gorilla like last week or maybe the week before, and it came out with a werewolf, so I did that one too.
Mm-hmm.
My printers are currently working on 3 and 4 foot tall minions that I purchased. But this is another flexi. That's stupid thing that all the kids are saying nowadays, 6'7", that they say means absolutely nothing. And I'm like, okay, well, apparently it's popular. So one of my patrons came out with this little panda, and he has a 6'7" on his belly, and he's holding his hands like the kids do when they say 6'7". So I was like, well, somebody will buy it.
Well, at least they picked the 7 and not the other number.
Exactly.
Right back to the gutter.
Yeah.
You're really trying to get him demonetized.
Sure
is this
hate to
what you
have
were
to
talking
explain
about?
that.
On the
This
H2S.
is what I was talking about with the H2S. See, it printed perfect on the bottom, and then as it got higher, it started doing that fiberish thing.
Yeah,
And then
something
finally the
is
AI
in
caught it.
there.
Clogged
Something
nozzle.
got in there. Yeah, something got in there. Look at it. It's
Aren't you
starting to
trying
mess
to
up.
print a bird's nest?
I had
wasn't
that
trying,
issue
but it-
once. I had a very similar issue once with my X1C when I was printing. It was a large pumpkin, and I was using silk. The material was becoming too soft inside the printer and started doing exactly that.
And it might be that, because I actually thought, okay, well, this is just, maybe the filament was old or something, but I put the filament on a different printer and it printed fine. So I was like, okay, well, it's not the filament. So I tried printing something else on the H2S, and it did the same thing. So there's something inside the extruder. And then after the second or third print that failed like that, it gave me an extruder problem error.
Okay.
You might try doing a
gotta take a-
cold pull on it, or you
Yeah.
might try a overheating it, meaning heat it up to much higher than you would normally. What material do you think this is?
Oh, that's
PLA.
PLA.
Do you have any of the cleaning filament?
I do not, I don't think.
Well, the
They-
easiest thing is
they
just take
sell
the
it,
nozzle out and put a new one on and see if
They
that's.
sell it on Amazon. It's eSun makes a clear filament that you heat up and you run it through, and it basically clings to all the crap that's in your nozzle and your extruder. And you keep running it through until it comes out totally clear again. And then you do a slight cold pull where you heat it up to your normal temperature, and then I think you bring it down to 150, and you back it out, and it grabs whatever's left.
Gotcha.
I had a
similar
problem
filament.
similar to
It's
this.
expensive. Expensive
Go ahead.
filament. what I was gonna say is just to find out if it could just be the clogged in the filament in the nozzle. I would just take the nozzle out, put another one in, and see if it prints fine with no issues. And if it is, then you've got to clean that one out, definitely do a cold pull. I do have that filament to clean. I used to use it all the time in my Ender days. I have not used it in the bamboo lab printers yet. But
I have-
I
But it did
used
work,
it
I
in
mean.
my X1C every 6 months,
you
just
did?
as a precaution.
Okay.
because of the amount of hours that I had put on the X1.
Mhm.
And I mean, most of the time it always came out clean, but once in a while you got that little speck that came out with it. And you're like, well, that was safe.
Mhm.
And I had a problem similar to this. I had a roll that I thought was PLA. And it would print fine to start with at PLA temperatures of at 120. And then it started doing this crap up higher in the print. And I thought, okay, hey, let me do a cold pull, and it worked initially fine, but it had nothing to do with the filament, or nothing to do with the cold pull that I did. And it had to do with the filament was PETG and not PLA.
Mhm.
And by the time I finally figured that out, the roll was almost done.
Mhm.
Yeah, this is definitely PLA, so there's gotta be something stuck in the extruder or the hot end or something, but until I get a chance to rip it apart tomorrow, I guess I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And the only reason I mentioned the cleaning filament was to save you the aggravation of tearing everything apart if it caught it for you.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
that's a
but-
good suggestion. So, I mean,
Yeah, I mean-
I'll order some and see how it works.
What I would do first, the easiest thing before since you don't have the filament to clean it with, just change the extruder. You put a new extruder in. I mean, I knew, not extruder, I knew, hot end, and see if that resolves the issue. If it doesn't, you can later on go ahead and clean it up with the filament cleaner when it arrives. And if it's an extruder, it's a different project. That's a different issue.
Yeah,
That
the
one you
problem
wouldn't
is
take
I
it.
don't have an extra nozzle or extruder for the H2S, so I'll have to order that anyway.
So
Another-
for when
it's-
do you need to clean it? Do you need it ASAP?
I mean, the printer's down until I get it figured out, so, I mean, it's not a huge deal. I got 4 other printers, but I'd still like to get it fixed.
Sure.
Obviously, you want to get it
Then
fixed.
the H2S nozzle is different than the H2D and all of that?
I think
It's the
it's the
same one.
same. I think it's the same. It's the same as the,
I do believe it's the same, yes.
yeah.
Excuse me.
How many hours do you have on it?
The H2S, I think I have 6,500 or 7,000 hours on it now.
Oh, it might be time to change it.
And it could be
Yeah.
the gears.
Could be.
The
Yeah,
drive
yeah,
gear.
you're right. Yeah, you're right. But it may
I've
be as
had that
simple as,
problem
it may be
Producing the
as simple
same,
as,
same result.
yeah, it may just be the nozzle. Or, take one of the nozzles from the other printer, change it over and see if it prints okay. And if it
Yeah.
does, then you know it's what it is.
That's
mean,
the
what
fun
I'm-
part of this hobby. You have to have how many spare parts and draw?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
exactly. Well, and
yeah,
that's what I'm saying. It's probably better if I just go on Bamboo tonight and just order a new extruder and new nozzle. I mean, what? It's like $60 for both of them.
Yeah.
Well, you definitely know if you do it that way, you've replaced both ends, that it's fixed, so to speak, and now you take your time just tearing the other one apart, clean it out and put it back.
Somebody
in the
put
drawer
in
and wait
chat-
for another problem.
Somebody put in chat to run a small ABS print through there. It's not a bad idea. I think you have a little tiny piece of filament in your gears that is just slowing your gear down so it can't spit the filament out at the right.
Could be.
That's what I think is the issue. Or to
Could be.
Ed's the simpler of everything, you might just have a clogged nozzle and it can't get, because from what it looks like, it's not getting enough filament out right? It's like moving without enough filament. So there's something causing not enough filament to come out, whether it's a clogged nozzle or a little piece of filament in there is binding up the gears in the extruder or whatever. And that's doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's the first
Here's
issue
a
I've ever
symptom
had.
that I had on mine is, you know, the little magnets that hold the front on. I was getting some black dust on those. And eventually I had a problem similar to this, that that black dust was the worn away gears in the print head.
Yeah, I mean, these are already hardened steel nozzles on all my printers.
Yeah, I had a hardened steel nozzle, but the gears on the inside were supposed to be hardened steel, but they must not have been.
Right.
So
right.
if you're seeing the black dust on those magnets, then I would check your drive gears.
Okay. Well, those are all good suggestions. I'll dig into it and see what I can figure out.
And if you want some cleaning filament, you can either purchase the filament for cleaning, or you can go Amazon and buy the Zero branded filament, and they give you a cleaning filament, a 5 meter of cleaning filament for free, included with any roll of filament.
That's not a bad deal.
Okay.
It's
Yeah, I
expensive.
have 13 of those, so I could ship you one if you want, but it's gonna take a week to get there.
I bought some several years ago on Amazon, but it was expensive.
Which brand is that?
Zero, I'll put on the chat.
Thank you.
But yeah, I mean, I'll get it figured out. But
One problem with swapping the nozzles and thinking you'll get to it later, you'll end up with a few nozzles that are clogged that are suspect.
right.
If you don't fix it now, when will you?
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Ask me how I know.
So these are just some more ceramic coasters that are UV printed. The one on the far left, the kind of whitish cream colored one, that one has raised texture to it. All the other ones are flat. And I'm creating a whole set of Star Wars coasters for different things and different scenes and stuff like that, because I've had a lot of requests for them.
Yeah, these
So
are
hopefully they sell.
They look cool.
Very cool.
I mean, I'm really happy with how they're coming out. So
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah, this UV printer is pretty nice. Some really cool stuff.
Yeah, you've really got the alignment down.
Yeah, this one's, look at
well,
this.
I try to make a little bit of a bleed, an over bleed, so that way it kind of helps, because then I can line up a circle around it and then just enlarge it to the point to where that bleed just barely touches the edge, and then you don't see it. So
Like this looks like, it was aged, like somebody had painted it by hand and aged it. It's
On
incredible.
this particular one, it looks like the print is slightly up.
Well, it is. It's raised. That's what he said.
No, I mean up towards
'Cause
the.
it's tilted.
yeah, it's because it's tilted.
It's on a little stand.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's what I'm looking at.
But the fact that it looks like it's aged, you see the brown parts, and I mean some parts that are darker, it looks like it's dirty or whatever. It looks like somebody painted this by hand to age it,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you wouldn't get that in a 3D print ever, unless you paint it, and you age it.
Good job.
Yeah, it's great.
This one I think I've
Never
actually
tell me
shown.
the odds.
Yeah, this one I think I've actually shown before, but it was part of the set that I made, so.
I put in the link to the filament. Any of the filaments from the brand that I put the link on, they usually include 5 meters of cleaning filament for free. And they give you, I think it's like 3 meters of random sample filament of a different color. You can see them.
I still have
This is
half
a,
of
this is a known brand. I've heard it before.
Yeah, I've been using them for years. They're really good. They have some really cool filaments.
This one didn't turn out as good as I wanted, but it's
I was gonna say, your standard is way higher than mine because I love it.
I just, AI has the whole copyright thing, and so they're trying not to infringe and all this, and there's workarounds, but then it starts to change things, but to the average person, they're not gonna care. They're gonna think it looks cool anyway, so.
That's what, are you calling me average?
No, I'm calling you above average because you said it was awesome.
I thought he was gonna say below. I was
Well,
gonna say, what are you
me
talking
too.
about?
I
You're
was like,
below.
well, you don't even make it to average. Yeah, he was nice.
It just turned out a little darker than I wanted it to be. It needed to be a little bit lighter, but I think it gives depth to the image. So
Oh, it looks really good.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I
At
think
least
it's
my
appropriately
below
lit.
average brain think it looks really good.
now this one has raised areas on it, and of course I had to take the droids out of it because AI kept screaming at me. But this one turned out really good too. So what I did is I just took the droids out, and then I took it in the Photoshop and continued the design all the way around. So it just made a nice coaster.
They were the droids they were looking for?
They were.
They were in the trunk.
This one was a fun one because I actually have a Dejarnik table, and but it doesn't have obviously the characters and stuff on it. But so what I did is I found pictures of some characters, and then I took the 3D models that somebody had done, and I told the program to create a texture map for each 3D model because the 3D models were just STLs. They didn't have textures on them. And then I rendered out the picture in Blender. And then I told AI, okay, now add a holographic look to this and create a design around these two characters. So I probably went the long way down the rabbit hole in order to have AI do it, but it turned out good. So.
Yeah, it turned out awesome.
Then this was another one that I did a 3D render of, and then had AI kind of adjust the colors, adjust the perspective of it, and that sort of thing. It's amazing what AI can do if you give it enough prompts and information. Even if it's just like a straight on photo or a top down photo, it figures it out. I think that's all I had for this week.
Yeah, I believe so. Thanks for sending those in. Next up will be Gabe. Let's take a look at his prints. Thanks for sending those in, Justin. And if you have a link to your whatnot, throw your link to your whatnot in the chat so people know to go there and find you for your prints.
And by the way, I added 2 more pictures at the end, so you might have opened this before I added more pictures. But anyway, so I think this one is a bit self-explanatory. It's not an orca, although there is same family. It's a dolphin with a really cute pink flower. So this is something that I have printed for the daughter of a friend like 2 years ago, and they told me the other day that it's missing a flipper. So my son, because he's really good friends with her, decided to print a new one with not a missing flipper and bigger. So the picture doesn't show how big it is, but let's just say it's probably like 14 inches long.
Dang.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a big dolphin.
Yeah, it is.
Now is that art or Flexi Factory you said?
It's not Flexi Factory. I have had this file for at least 2 years. I have no idea where I got it from.
Gotcha. It looks cool though. It almost looks
it looks really cool. Yeah, it looks really cool. So the first time I printed this, I only had 1 AMS on my X1C 2 years ago, or it might have been more than 2 years ago now. But what I did to get the flower to be pink is that I painted it red, same as the mouth. That I painted it red, and as soon as I finished with the mouth, I just replaced the filament for pink. So when it got to the flower, the printer thought it was printed in red, but it was actually pink by that point. So it's a 5-color print that I just replaced one filament mid-print.
Mm-hmm.
Now
Anyway.
on the nose to the to the base, or I guess I should say the top of the nose.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hand paint that, or how
Nope.
did you get that gradient in there?
I think it's the lighting. I don't think
It looks like the nose is white and then it has like a gradient around the cheeks.
No, it's not. I think it's the lighting for the picture. It's really the bamboo silver, actually, not even gray. It's bamboo silver.
Oh, okay. Well, that photo makes it look like it's almost hand painted right there.
It's not that. If I had hand painted this, it would look awful. So yeah, thank you for your confidence that my ability would make it look good, but absolutely not.
You just
there's a reason I do 3D prints and I don't actually do art.
You just lowered your average back to below average now.
Yeah.
I was trying to lift you up, Gabe.
I know, but I'm honest. I'm honest. There's no way I can paint this and make it look good. My son could probably do it. My wife could probably do it. Me, no. There's no way.
Paint it one color.
It
would probably still look like crap too.
Yes, I was waiting for you to finish laughing so I could tell you that it would still look like crap. I'm pretty sure that the paint would be dripping somewhere. So no. Yeah, painting is not something that is my abilities. I am good with computers and electronics in general. Paint is not one of those skills that I have acquired. Anyway, so this is an orca. So the sister of the person getting the dolphin is getting this orca. And this is from Flexi Factory.
I was gonna say, I recognize this one.
Yeah,
You
this
called it his tattoo orca or something like that?
Yes, the tattoo orca, which I wish I could get the non-tattoo version, but he doesn't allow anyone to get that one anymore. He released the non-tattoo version like in 2022, maybe 2023. So it was before I had the membership. So he doesn't even let you buy it.
Yeah, I mean, technically you could just paint the white tattoo area is black, but they're still gonna have the indentation of the tattoo.
Exactly, and with it doesn't look that great. Obviously, you look at it from afar, it looks great. My son loves orcas, and so he wanted the one smooth and all that, but it didn't work out.
Don't ever let him watch that movie from the late '70s called Killer Orca or whatever it is.
Not sure which one that is. So this is my regular size 3D printed can. You guys remember my famous can that I printed for Hotfix? Just so for size comparison. So this orca is actually about the same size, maybe a bit longer than the dolphin. The dolphin is taller, the orca is longer. So, but yeah.
I think he just re-released some of his tattoo prints from the vault a couple weeks ago, I think.
Could be. Could be. He
like it was a
really
turtle,
is.
though.
Yeah, I think that there's a hermit crab, I think it is. Or might be a turtle, who knows? I have been a bit disconnected with 3D printing the last 2 weeks, to be honest. We are at the end of our fiscal year. So we've been quite busy. Anyway, you click next, you should get a picture of both. There you go. So they're both huge and both are articulated. One of them, so I printed them on the H2C as big as I could fit them on the printer. And I put them diagonally.
Did you use the little scale to plate thing or whatever they have in there, or did you just manually do it?
No, I manually did it.
Is that what it's called? Do you know what I'm talking about? Isn't
No
there
idea.
like in the scale thing, there's a setting in there that I think is max scale to the plate or something like that, and it'll scale it up to the maximum
I haven't seen
that the plate will do or whatever. Here, let me see.
Could be a newer version that I don't have.
Oh yeah, I think it's been there for a while.
Is that bamboo in general, or is that specific to the H2C?
No, I think it was in here. I thought it was right here in scale, and there was something that you could click to like scale it to the plate. Maybe it's a right click on here. Clone, fix, simplify, mesh. Yes, scale to print volume. So if you click that, that's the maximum that'll fit on the plate or whatever.
Oh, wow, I never knew that. That's handy.
Yeah, scale to print volume. And then if I adjust this, ooh, it sent it off. But I guess that's the absolute largest it'll do, but it's not taking into effect the right and left nozzle with the multicolor or whatever. But yeah,
what if
that's
you
a
rotated
handy...
it though, Len?
Let's see. It should. Yeah, it should do that by doing that, but
If you rotated it, would it fit?
I don't think so, no. No, it's a little bit too tall. but it gets you close. But that's a handy little trick. This may not be the best model to do that on, but yeah, so like the head or whatever, we could do that to the head and see what it
Yeah,
gives.
my version actually does have it. I have never used it or seen it before, so thank you for mentioning that. So the difference in size from the size that I put in, so I put it at 241%, and it could go up to 246, so 5% more. At least the dolphin.
There's a handy little trick for y'all. It's scale to print volume.
Good to know.
I think that might be a Orca thing that is bled over. I think Orca was the first one to have that.
See, we do learn something here.
Yep. Yeah, we don't only make fun of me and my disabilities. We also we also learn. Yeah, but anyway, these guys they're big. So my photography box is 24 inches wide by 24 inches deep, and 24 inches tall, so it's a cube. So you can tell that I couldn't fit it in. You see that you can see the sides on actually on both sides. So you could see part of the side of the photography thingy that I use, and it's because they're just huge.
How long did it take to print the Orca one?
I do not remember because I went on a trip and I left the printing, but it might have been like 2 days. Who knows? I just left the printing and came back and it was printed.
That's probably, I think, one of the unsung greatest experiences of 3D printing is setting something that you know is going to take a long time, and then you run and do errands and do other stuff or clean the house or do laundry or whatever. And you come
Wake
back
up
and
in the morning and it's done.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
you're like,
so-
wow,
so-
that's awesome.
So I'm gonna add, is the unsung hero of not having an ender.
That's right.
That's true.
That's right.
I never experienced Ender, so
Oh man.
Oh man, you need to get one.
You don't know what you missed.
Yeah, you're
No,
not really
seriously.
3D printing unless you've
Yeah,
reached on it.
yeah.
and did it a
You know
couple
what, Len, just kick him out of the channel.
times.
Hey, Len, is yours still collecting dust?
Oh, it's in a
Yeah.
box. It's in a box.
You
I've
should send it
I've
to him
threatened
and
to
tell
give
him,
it away.
"Look at
Nobody
this,
wants it.
Put the label and send it to Justin.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
I gave my, I had two
Jokes
and I gave
aside,
away.
jokes aside, so Justin, the only advantage of having had an ender is that it taught me how to troubleshoot a 3D printer.
You did have to learn a little bit about 3D printing.
But you had to learn a lot and be very patient.
Yeah,
but
true.
But
Spend half the time fixing it.
yes,
Yeah.
and
I learned how to tram a bed correctly.
yes,
Oh, yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
absolutely,
Repeatedly for every single
Yes.
print that you
yes,
do.
or sometimes
And
for
you
the same
think-
print because it failed and you needed to do it again.
Yeah.
And you had to
That was
change
the
the
issue with
nozzle.
mine is it would get out of tram at the top. And I had to tram it every single time. I had the little tramming blocks and all of that, the little 100mm blocks and all of that.
And the nozzle,
Yeah.
you had to change them like every other week.
Yeah.
Oh, did
hours
yours
of
last
bed
at a week?
leveling, all of that.
Yeah, a week. It depended on the filament I was using.
Yeah,
But a week and a half, 2 weeks maximum. And you had to
yeah,
change the
no,
nozzle.
they were painful. Now I do have to say I did learn a lot. That
It is what got
The-
me into 3D printing. I will say that.
well,
Yeah.
in my case, it was my son that told me he saw a video on YouTube when he was like 5 years old. He's 11 now, and he was like, "Can we get a 3D printer? I saw this. It looks cool." I was like, "Sure." It was just before Father's Day, which, by the way, Happy Father's Day to everyone that
Happy Father's Day.
that I was last Sunday. And I got it for Father's Day because he told me like 2 weeks before Father's Day, like 5 years ago, and I got it, and we did print some stuff, but it was very painful.
Yeah, it was.
And but we learn a lot. So the only positive that came out of it is that we did learn.
You have
Anyway.
to constantly be modifying it.
I gotta go.
That.
Bye, everybody.
Have a good one,
Thank-
Robert.
Take care.
See
man.
ya.
Take care, Robert.
See you, Robert.
See, we started talking about Anders. Now he has PTSD and needs to go to therapy. See, now that he left, we can make fun of him. Sorry, Robert. So anyway, so this is the tiger, just a regular size, like 3.5, maybe 4 inches tiger. It's a flexi. It's for the same owner of the orca. Hopefully the orca doesn't snack on it. You go to the next one. I think I got a picture from the side. There you go from the front. It's a cute tiger. It's a file that I found on my computer. And it's not on Maker's World, so don't ask me who made it because I have no clue who did it. I might have had this file for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, or 5 years. I have no idea. It wasn't with my regular files. So it was on a folder from when I started 3D printing up to just shortly after I got the X1C. So I'm not sure if I had it from before the X1C or early on when I had my X1C. So no idea who created it. But it's a cute articulated tiger.
Still turned out good.
Yeah, it was fun print. So moving on. Mr. Len, you can please click next. So this is from Flexi Factory, very early Flexi Factory. This is when Flexi Factory, the guy, his name is Dan, when he was starting, he would release to a specific Facebook group that I was a member. That's how I learned about Flexi Factory, actually. He would release whatever he was making for 1 day for free for the members of that group. Then he would remove it and release it on Patreon or whatever what he was using back then. This is when I had the Enders. So this was way before Easy Prints. So I was a friend of a coworker of mine. He wants to get a 3D printer, and he was asking me. I was like, well, you know what? I'm gonna print some Flexi stuff so you can play with it. That's why I printed this for him. And I decided to test this new rainbow filament that I had on a box for a few months, and I never tried it, so I decided to print. So I printed 4 of those at the same time with the X1s on the H2C. So that's why the color they changed so quickly, because there were 4 at the same time.
Came out great.
Yeah, it's a fun print, and it's fun to play with it actually. Can you please click on the next, Len? And the filament happens to be glow in the dark.
Yeah, that's really cool. Glow in the dark rainbow.
Yes, it is. I wish I had printed 1 or 2 of them so it wouldn't switch colors so quickly. But unfortunately, I didn't, and it didn't come out as cool as it could have been.
It's amazing how bright that glow in the dark filament is.
It is very bright. Granted, I did put a UV light on it to charge it, so it's probably brighter, and maybe my phone also. But it is actually quite bright in person. Now, interestingly, the brightest glow-in-the-dark filaments that I have ever tried, and I have tried at least 12 different rolls of slash brands, are the bamboo ones. Those are the brightest all the time.
You know, I've
That's
never
what I should
printed
have
with.
printed. That's what I should have printed that 9-inch banana out of.
You know, I've never printed with those glow in the dark filament.
Yeah, the issue with them is that they destroy your AMS. Other than that, they work great.
Yeah.
But I have like
They
at
do eat up
least
the PET, the tubes, what do you call them? What do you call the
PFD?
tubes inside? Yeah. Oh, man, this is cool.
yes.
Oh, yeah, that
Cool.
robot snake turned out awesome.
Yeah, so
Oh,
this is
cool.
articulated snake robot thingy.
Man.
And
Oh, God.
I decided to use some rainbow filaments as well. Can you go back to the prior picture for a second?
This is wild.
So you notice, so there's a rainbow filament there in some of the parts. You have the silver, you have, so that's rainbow filament. Then the one above that is the same filament that just happened to have changed to like a bluish purple.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that area.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. Great.
Yep.
Great.
See, something
Then-
like this makes me want to get an H2C.
Yeah. But I'm holding out.
Oh, but this is like 3 colors. Don't think this has many colors. It's just rainbow. So you have, I think it's like 3 or 4 filaments.
But even then, you know, yeah, you're right.
But how do you do it without an AMS? Because you say the glow in the dark eats up an AMS. So are you destroying AMSs or are you feeding it some other way?
You got to change the
I'm
tubing.
definitely destroying AMSs.
But it's only the tubing, right?
tubes,
Yeah,
PTFE.
so normally it destroys the first stage feeder and the PTFEs. But if you put those AMS savers thingies,
Yeah.
since I did that, I haven't destroyed or damaged at all a single first stage feeder.
But the tubes you do, you got to change the tubes.
Well, yeah, but the tubes.
Yeah, but aren't the newest ones supposed to be ceramic because of the problem with the original feeders?
Yeah,
but the
they're
tubes are not
stronger,
ceramic.
but you can still damage them. So don't.
Yeah, but the tubes are not ceramic. The tubes.
No,
will
the
get
tubes are
worn out.
definitely not ceramic, but the tubes, they last long even with the glow in the dark. And I have extras. They're cheap. So.
Yeah. I mean, I have plenty of that. But they're a pain in the neck to have to change them inside the original AMS. Second
Yes,
version,
they're
the new
definitely a
one.
pain in the rear.
Yeah.
Yes.
To change.
You could potentially put that filament into the external.
Yes, you definitely can. In this case, it wouldn't have mattered because as you notice, I have glow in the dark green plus the glow in the dark rainbow.
You have more than one. Okay, never mind.
Yeah. So everything that is green is bamboo glow in the dark green. The other one is a rainbow filament. If you guys want to, just let me know and I'll put the link on the chat.
Yeah, put the link for it.
So everything that is green is bamboo glow in the dark green. Okay. Everything else, it's the one that starts like reddish, then goes to a bit green, then goes to blue. That's a rainbow one.
And what's the longest that it stays glowing in the dark?
Depends how long you left it out in the light.
You say you put it under UV light. How long do you put it under UV light?
Well, just for a few seconds, I put it on the UV light, just enough to take the pictures.
I see. But how long do you need to put it for it? How long does it last if you leave it for half an hour under a light?
I have no idea.
Oh, you haven't tried it? Yeah.
I haven't tried it. I can tell you, at least not this filament, the bamboo ones, if I would put them on a light source and just leave them there for 5-10 minutes, and I would turn off the light, they would probably last about 5 or 10 minutes. They're not gonna last hours.
I see.
If you want me to do the test and report next week, that I'll probably not gonna be joining next week, but I can report on the chat.
Okay. You're gonna be in a plane?
I will be on a plane.
Okay.
And it's gonna be singing that song, I'm leaving on a jet plane.
There you go.
And on an aeroplane.
So you're
Hey,
traveling
it's
all
the
week
sign
now?
for the channel.
Yes. So I put this on the door from the garage to the laundry of the house. And it took a few days for my wife to see it. But yeah.
That's probably the one that you should put on the door to your print room.
I was gonna ask you, is that the reason why you having to fly out every week? He's sending you out on a jet plane?
Yeah, sure. They're just keeping me on the white padded room. Yeah. So this is the zero 3D print cleaning, the one that they send. I have like 13 or 14, maybe 15 of those here. So
Yeah.
I don't mind putting some on an envelope and sending out if absolutely needed. But if you buy that filament, it comes with
That's really cool.
one of those. Yeah.
I bought one of these rolls, I said a couple of years ago, and it was expensive. It was like $15, I think it was, or $10 for a roll of this.
Yeah. So yeah, and you don't use a lot. Let's be honest. You use,
No, yeah, you're right.
So with this, you get an actual filament that you will use, plus 5 meters of cleaning filament. And I think I have never actually finished one of those cleaning filament rolls, bag thingies that they give you. I end up throwing it away after I open it. I use it once or twice and throw it away. Because I have so many of them.
So you get this and you just tell it to print like a benchy or something, and that cleans it out.
What you could try to print a benchy. I'm not sure if it's gonna print. I'm not sure if it's gonna
for
hold.
cold pulling, right?
Well, I use it really hot, and I just run it through it, and so I just keep extruding until everything comes clean.
Right, that's the way I've used it on the ender.
I'd run it at that 250, 260 degree mark. Because that will definitely melt whatever's in there.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
There's operating temperatures range from 160 to 260. So you put it up to 260. Hi.
Yeah, so I normally do like 250, 255, 260, whatever, and just run it. Depending what I've been printing with, if I had been printing PETG, which I rarely do, then I go on the higher side. But since most of what I print is really PLA, so I run this at like 250.
Gonna say, I thought, and maybe I'm mistaken, but I thought I had read somewhere that bamboo suggests not to max out the temperature on the hot ends, no matter what you're printing, but I could be wrong.
Probably. I'm guessing it's because the hot end has a harder time keeping the temp at whatever max you're setting it. So you mean for specific filaments or running the
Well, just just to raise the temp. I thought, and maybe it was a Facebook group that I read it in, but somebody,
What's the max? Isn't it like 270 or is it 260?
I think it's 260.
Depends. No, that depends on the printer. Because let's see.
So somebody was talking about it on a forum group, and he's like, "Hey, I got a clog or something, so I pumped it up to 260 and let it sit there for 20-30 minutes, and then it got everything clean." And somebody had responded to him and said, "Don't ever do that because that will void the warranty of your nozzle or your."
Yeah, no. So that doesn't make any sense. So if they don't want you maxing out the temp,
Then don't give me that option.
then don't give me the option. Period. So the H2C can go to 350.
Oh, yeah, because don't you print like 270, 280 or whatever for like the carbon fibers and the ABSs and all of that?
Yeah, ASA.
Or even 300 on some of that, or I think it's 280. If I remember right. But yeah, some of those engineering filaments are super hot.
Yeah.
It might have been more of don't do that without something in the nozzle, where he was just trying to clean out the nozzle.
Yeah, maybe
it could be, but or is someone just talking out of their rear? Which happens a lot.
Keyboard warrior.
Yeah, and that may be. It just made sense to me that, okay, if you have filament in there, then it's pushing it through. But if you're literally just setting the temp to max and you don't have any filament in the nozzle, then that could potentially hurt the nozzle, I guess. But
how? I don't know.
All right. Those were the last two, right, Gabe?
Did
I get all of them?
I believe so. I'll tell you right now. Yeah, those were the last two. Yes.
All right. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you for sending those in.
Yeah. No, I was going to say that PA. What is it? The engineering, well, semi-engineering PA6 carbon fiber prints at 290.
290, yeah. All right, now let's move on to Mark.
I apologize, guys. I don't know if some of these may have made it in. I went through the pictures. I usually delete the ones that I've already sent up, so I might have mistaken some of them.
Well, I didn't get to see them last week, so if you submitted them last week, tough luck for the rest because I'm gonna look at them.
it's more crochet.
Oh wow!
Mark just needs to change his name to the Crochet King.
I wonder if there's a way to get an STL that is already created and just give it easily this texture.
Yeah, that would be a neat tool to have.
Yeah.
I believe there is, but I'm not for sure. I think I saw something like that somewhere. But no, I enjoy these actually because I think
me too.
It's interesting to see
that's why I'm asking, because I would take the Flexifactory Orca and try to make it like this.
Oh, that would turn out awesome.
I know.
I'll do some research and see if I can't find it because I know I've seen it somewhere where somebody was asking, how do you guys do the crochet looking stuff? And somebody had said, oh, you just upload it to this site or download this plugin for Blender and it'll automatically do it for you.
Yeah, you can in Blender, but I'm not sure how.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some sort of tool in one of the CADs, and I think it is Blender, but
Nomad
good
Scope
luck
apparently also
knowing
have
what
it.
button to push to get it to work. Did we lose Mark or?
No, I'm here.
Oh, he's just ignoring
I'm just
us.
listening to everybody's comments.
Yeah, he's just ignoring us.
I mean, you guys are talking it up better than I could, so why should I say anything?
Okay, so from now on, we're just gonna say, "Oh, that needed again." That sucks. No, they're actually really cool. I love the knitted stuff.
Mhm. They take much longer to print.
Yeah,
It's
but
all from the
Cool.
same guy. I mean, a while back, I think I posted the,
okay.
Yeah.
So hold on. So who submitted this? Because who submitted this print?
Mark.
Yeah, that's not a print from Mark.
Yeah, it's definitely not from Mark. It's
No?
not needed.
Is that Mark?
what that is, Ed will know because I was speaking to him about it. My wife and I like to switch things up on Halloween, and instead of just giving out just candy, since we have the printers, we like to do something just a little different. So they still get the candy, but then they get to pick one or two small items. So I was trying to figure out what I would print this year for Halloween, and it looks like it's going to be that skeleton that you just saw. And I'm going to be printing him in glow in the dark. Not this ghost, because this ghost is more for a tea light.
Okay.
We place it on top of a tea light and it would glow. So him, I'll do the body in glow in the dark and just regular black for the eyes. And he's flexy. I don't know if you can tell by the way he looks there, but he's actually a little bit of a flexible thing. Not his arms and stuff, but right there in the middle where his, his pelvis and his ribs are, that flexes.
Is that on Maker's World?
Yes, it's on Maker's World.
Well, if you don't mind sharing the link, because I did the same that you did last Halloween, but I did it a bit differently because we usually just put a basket outside and we just go trick-or-treating with my son. So we're not at home, we just put the basket and let the kids kill themselves getting the candies. Last year, I mixed the candies. I threw in a bunch of 3D printed minis, like 1.5 inches, 2 inches in size. I mixed the candies inside a big basket, candy with 3D print stuff. So every now and then, someone would come in and find a 3D print, and you would see them on the Ring camera being all happy that they found a 3D print until word spread out, and some of the kids just came back and pretty much dumped the whole basket just to get all the 3D prints.
Let me see if I can.
What if they bite it, thinking if it's a candy?
It was very obvious that it wasn't candy.
The heck with the candy, I want the melted plastic.
Yeah, because it's unless you're gonna be biting 3D printed dog. So it was very obvious that it wasn't candies.
I have to try and find.
If not, you got to print them with what is it? PLA Pure, the new
the Pure,
the new filament. They're going to bite on it. Has anybody bought that? Has anybody tried it out yet?
No,
I bought it, but I didn't start using it yet.
No, I haven't bought it yet. I just placed an order.
Was it Gabe or Diego that I think it was one of you two that printed that PLA soap or whatever it was, or was that Len?
No, it was
well,
Gabe.
we haven't
think we printed it. He showed it. Gabe showed it to us, but I don't think anybody's printed the soap yet.
No, you know what? I'm gonna be working from home this week. If I have time, I'll go get some because they're like 30 minutes from my house. So if I have time, I'll show up and grab a roll or two and try to print it.
The link is in there in chat.
Thank you, sir.
It's only a matter of time before somebody makes 3D printed filament that's edible.
Well,
They
Oh,
do
they're
the
already
chocolate,
talking about
print chocolate.
printing chocolate.
the chocolate one, yeah.
That already
Excuse
exists.
me.
I saw a video from Zach Friedman, which he used that. And I think he made a chocolate benchy.
Yeah, that makes sense. Make a bench and eat the benchy.
Now, he prints flat on his back, so, you know, there's no supports or stuff that you need. Like I said, this guy, he was in the running, but where normally you have to put a tea light under him, I kind of ruled him out. And there's one other one that's going to come up, and that's the other one that I think we're going to do. Last year, believe it or not, all those benchies that you print out every time you test your printer for something, the benchies went for Halloween along with the little bunny rabbits.
So it's interesting because I'm never been a fan of printing the benchy. I have printed a few.
I tell you, the benchies were a big hit because my wife would give him, you know, the option. Do you want a rabbit or do you want boat? And benchies went like hot potatoes.
So what I have used benches for is usually when I want to compare two different filaments that are similar. I take the benchy and I break it halfway from one filament to the other so I can see the difference. It prints like the bottom half one filament and the top half the other, and that way I can clearly see the difference.
I printed a total of one benchy in my whole life. I was my first print and I never used it again.
I think I have printed like 5.
Well, Len for the longest time used to do the aircraft benchies.
The Nimitz benchy. That's the only benchy you should print. It's that one.
That's the other guy that's going to be given out this year.
That's a cute one.
Mhm.
Yeah, you don't mind putting the link for that one too. But you're starting very early. You're like 2 months early.
Well, the idea really was get an idea. Because last year when we finally decided we were going to do, you know, other than just the candy, I had the Ender printing bunny rabbits like no tomorrow to get enough of them. I had the X1C every time I was in the middle of doing something else and the X1C wasn't busy, would print out a couple of benchies. So I want to get ahead of the curve so that I'm not trying to catch up to the curve.
Okay, makes sense.
All of these were printed on the H2D. The X1C's been put on vacation for a little while. It's taking a deserved break.
Mhm.
Yeah, my X1C is mostly printing single color stuff this day.
If it prints anything at all.
I still use it, but if it's something that doesn't require a lot of color changes, I would just use the X1C.
I can tell you that the Ender is definitely set up now just to collect dust.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's no reason to use that.
Nope.
Well, I'm actually surprised that your render seems to be one of the very few that actually worked.
Well, mine is probably because I moved it from Marlin to Clipper. I want to say within 3 months of getting it, and I bought the Sonic pad that they came out for, you know, the Enders with it. So it kind of brought it up a little bit and actually made it work, so to speak. But then I bought the X1 and the Ender just kind of sat there waiting for me to decide, well, what am I going to print that I can use this for? Now the X1's kind of in that spot because,
So now the X1 is like the Ender.
yeah, the X1 sits there and says, well, sooner or later he'll turn me on for something.
I still use mine. I still use mine. I have two and I still use them. But of course, if it, I mean, I don't have a H2C, I have an H2D. So I use the H2D when, if I have something that's two colors with a lot of changes, I'll use the H2D. If not, I mean, even if it's two color, like for this, I would use the X1 to print this because there's not a lot of color changes here. There is some, but not a lot. But
with me right now, I'm just, I mean, I've only had it for a little over a week now, going on 2 weeks tomorrow. So I'm trying to push anything and everything I can through it, obviously, just so that if it's got an issue or develops an issue, I got it now.
Sure.
Makes sense.
Sure. And that happened to me, my H2D. Remember, I had issues like a month into mine, I started getting some errors that when I was printing something with filament that required heated chamber, when it was switching back and forth between heated and unheated, it was not closing properly, and they sent me parts to change it 3 times. After 3 times, I said, I'm not spending any more time. They wanted me to take out the power supply and try. I said, look, this is a new printer. I want a new printer. Take this one back. And they said, okay. And they sent me a new printer, and I sent that one back. But you're right, that happened to me within the first month. After that, I haven't had any other issue at all.
And she's got just over 110 hours now on it, so. The X1's got over 6,000.
Yeah. My two
Justin's
X1
like,
have,
those are rookie numbers.
Yeah, I was gonna say my
Actually, you need
X1.
to pump them things up.
my X1 has like one has 7,500, and the other one has like 8,000, I think.
I'm actually running out of things to print, to be honest.
Oh, you'll find more stuff.
My problem is, where do I put it? I give them out, I give a bunch out. Well, that's true, but my house is full of this stuff.
I mean, my wife gets all the prints that, you know, she wants. If she finds something, that gets moved up on the ladder, so to speak. But yeah, like I said, I'm kind of running out of stuff to print right now, and that's only because, I mean, the guys, the creators, haven't really been putting a lot of different stuff out. So it's like, you look at something and you say, yeah, but you know.
Yeah, my X1C has 9,846 hours.
Yeah. That's more than mine.
And it still prints like it was the first day.
Yeah, it's a great printer. I mean,
My X1 will lose its warranty in August. Because when I purchased it, I added the, the extended plan from Micro Center. So it has a warranty until August of 26th. And I mean, what did go on it? Yeah, I could have probably tacked it back up and took it to Micro Center, but for a $30 part or something, I just ordered the part and replaced it because, you know, driving 100 miles round trip for them to
Yes,
fix something that I
that's
can fix.
Yeah.
I think my original X1C is approaching 11,500 hours.
You know, I saw somebody the other day on Facebook saying that they returned their printer that they had used on the extended warranty. Isn't it you can return it for whatever reason? And they got credit and then they got the H2C.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, Micro
I mean,
Center's return policy with the extended warranty is you bring it back and you tell them it just isn't for me, they take it back.
That's what I was saying. So theoretically, you can return your X1C and get another
Yeah,
printer.
after 2.5 years, it's not really for me.
Well, I mean, the thing is,
After
under the warranty,
7,000 hours, I figured
when you buy
it took
that
me
external
7,000
warranty,
hours to
there's-
figure that out.
there's
You know,
nothing, yeah, but again, there's nothing in the wording of that warranty that would stop you. I could bring
Oh,
it
no,
back
no.
and just say it's not
I-
printing properly. It's, you know, I've done everything I can and it's still messing up.
Yeah, no, I agree that there's nothing that, and that's what they're known for. They give you the warranty and they don't care. But obviously, me as a person,
To me, it's
me
crazy.
as
that
me as
they
a
would do
person,
that.
I cannot go and do that because
Yeah,
I feel like I'm
well-
stealing if I go do that.
well, you know, whoever put that up, people were saying, you know, that's terrible. You're doing this. Look, I paid for the warranty, and it says I can return it for whatever reason, and I have a reason. So
Yeah, but
and
when
I-
you're buying that warranty, you're actually buying an insurance. So it's not really them. They're paying an
know.
insurance company for that.
I realize that. I realize that.
Yeah,
But
and they'll
I-
take that
I could-
unit, they'll run it through the test and stuff. They'll figure out that, okay, he just got tired of it. They'll repackage it as
Yeah,
renewed
refurbish.
or refurbished, and
And sell it
somebody
for
else will
300
buy it,
bucks.
and go for the long run.
Yeah,
Yep.
but
Yeah,
I'm
but-
surprised that they're doing that.
Or you can do like it happened to Hotfix that he changed one of the parts on his printer, and all of a sudden his printer had 0 hours. It was a new printer, and he had like 6,000 hours on it.
Yeah, the board, the AP board.
Yeah, yeah, just for $100 you have a new printer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Anyway, but it's crazy that you can do that with Micro Center. That they'll take it back under those conditions. Because Mark, you
Oh, that's a
could
cute
go ahead
dog.
and you could return yours now and get a new printer. You get a credit.
Best Buy
for
is almost the same
$1,500.
way.
Home Depot too, they have a pretty lax return policy too.
That's
As
crazy.
long as you buy that insurance policy, they don't care because they're not getting hit with it. They'll take it back and they just put it towards that, you know, extended warranty that you bought.
So why don't you turn your X1C in before August and get yourself another H2C?
Yeah, the printer is not printing as well anymore. It's too slow somehow.
It doesn't have enough nozzles.
Yeah.
The belts are squeaking.
Yes.
No, I mean,
Hey,
Six
Mark, you're gonna
nozzles.
have to put in the link to all these prints. I'm loving them.
Don't you follow, is it Smuggy?
Is it the same as the other ones that the knitted cute?
Yeah, all the knitted ones are coming from him.
Okay, so yes, I'm not following him, but I'll follow him and start finding
yeah,
them.
I follow.
And he's been dropping some new ones. I want to say at least once a week, something pops up.
Oh, I see that he has a really cute penguin. Okay, I'm following him.
Too bad I don't get like a referral point for all the guys. I have enough credit with Maker's World points that I could probably get a printer.
Oh, really?
No,
You
if I
got all the
got,
referrals.
Oh,
If I get the referrals for all
I see, yeah, okay.
Well, I might have enough points right now to get an A1 Mini.
I got a whole 30 now, so.
Well,
You know,
so I have
That Steve Wars turned out
2,000.
good.
I have 2,594.5 points right now.
You mean the new credits that, new points that you're getting on the purchases? Is that what you're referring?
You get points for the purchases?
Now they do,
Now
yeah,
you do, yeah.
yeah. It started about a month ago.
Yeah, but 2,900 points, that's only like $80 in, Bamboo gift cards.
Yeah,
see.
something like that right now.
Yeah,
I'll
I
tell
just
you
ordered
right
some
now.
filament.
Uh,
I think
actually,
you get
no.
one.
2,450 is $200.
But
So I have $200 right now.
I just ordered some filament. I spent like $300 on filament. I mean, if you ordered, it's down to, the refills are down to $10.99, $11 per roll. For bamboo, basic and matte, which is cheap.
Yeah.
Right?
That's
So-
pretty cheap.
So
Yeah.
the other day, I ended up ordering a bunch of filament from Amazon because it was $6 per roll. And
$6.
yeah,
$6.
yes,
What roll?
and it's
What filament?
it's on filament.
Really? Really?
Yeah, yes. So I ordered like 20 different rolls. I think I paid in total, even from some of Polymaker rolls. I got really cheap the other day.
I like that Badger. That Badger's cool.
Yeah, it turned out
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
But the bamboo lab filament at $10.99 a roll is. that's
no, it's
expensive.
not bad.
That's smoking, dude.
No, I mean, we 2 years ago, we were paying what, like $20?
Yeah,
A roll?
$18, $19 a roll, and
Yeah.
we were happy about it too.
Yeah.
So I placed multiple orders, but one of my orders was 10 rolls, and I paid $64.72, including
Are those
taxes.
full, have you received them already?
Yeah,
Okay. And it's a full roll, is that? It's
Yeah.
a kilo, 2 kilos?
no, yes, not only a full roll, it actually half an actual roll. So some of them are refills, and the other ones are with the roll. And there is some 1 kilogram.
That's cheap, man.
Yeah.
Inexpensive.
Then I placed another order, and this one had 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 rolls, including some Polymaker ones. And I paid $63.08.
That was last week.
Yes.
Well, they had their Prime days going too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In bamboo, did you use your $20 discount?
And the only reason I say that is because I bought the Pander Station last week because of the Prime days, and instead of spending over 400, it was like 300 and something.
Nice.
What I'm saying is if nobody has used don't forget to use your credits, $20. Use some, bamboo discount.
That Panda Station is slick. And
Yeah.
I like
I
that.
think I sent you a couple of pictures with it all set up.
Yeah, it's up right now. You might need to refresh your YouTube. I think you're behind a little bit. But yeah,
Yeah,
looks.
I'm seeing the Badger.
Yeah, we're on the station now. It looks amazing.
Yeah.
I didn't know it had lights in there and everything. That looks nice. That's really
Yeah,
slick.
it looks really nice.
Mhm.
So what $20 you're talking about from bamboo?
When they had this thing, if you signed up for their anniversary sale, they would send you a $20 discount that's available from June 15 to July 15.
Oh, I probably didn't get it.
Did you sign up for it?
I'm pretty sure I did.
Well, then it's probably in your, you probably have it, you just need to find it. And I couldn't find it, I asked tech support, where can I find it? They sent me a link to it, and then I found it, I copied and I pasted into the order, and I was able to complete the order and get the $20
And I see
discount.
Yeah, I've been so behind on emails that I'm just opening the one that says that earn bamboo credits now, save on your next order.
Oh, with the Panda Station, DQ has supposedly partnered with Gridfinity, and supposedly they have the Gridfinity stuff that you can put into the drawer, and then you print the pieces that you want to have your tools put in, and it holds it in place with the Gridfinity. And in the bottom, with the two drawers, are the pullouts. The top one, I put my second AMS in there. You guys probably saw that. But the bottom one, you can print folders for your filament. So you can either put in folders for the refill spools that don't have a spool already, or you can have it where it's on its spool and it just holds it in place. It's kind of like the rollers, but without the rollers, just that stationary piece. And it comes with that. Humidity meter already installed as part of the.
Nice.
I would put 2 AMS underneath there.
Yeah, I tell you, I wasn't certain I was going to like it that way, but after I set up the second AMS in there, you know, there's plenty of cable run with the cable that you get going from, you know, the first AMS to your second. The only thing I had to do was I had to make a longer PTFE tube. And I was kind of worried that it might be too long for it to push through. I did have one problem, but when I went in and checked the tube, one of the ends of the tube weren't cut flush. So right after I cut it flush and put it back in, it's been working fine without any issue whatsoever.
Yeah.
And the lights, Len, yes, the lights are already in. As long as you don't get the naked Panda, you get this one. The lights are already installed inside, and it runs off of a little USB cable, so USB-A to USB-C.
And then the one that is naked doesn't have the door, it's just open?
What's that?
The one that is naked doesn't have doors and it's just.
Right, the one that's naked doesn't have any of the panels.
I see.
It's just open.
I see. So
And
this one
those feet you see at the bottom, those are nice because they actually have, I want to say, it's almost like a 1.5 inch to 2 inch solid piece of rubber. And you can screw them down and they'll contact to the floors, and it stops the unit itself from rolling around. It becomes a very sturdy unit that just sits there. And I mean, this thing shakes, as all you guys know, and
Yeah.
it hasn't moved that cabinet. I put it together, and of course, on the inside of the door, it's got everything. It shows you the station, the den. What is it there, Len? The Panda,
Perch.
for the 2 AMSs up top, the perch.
And Mark, and the wheels, they move well? I mean, is it easy to move?
Oh, yeah, you know, bring those stoppers up
Yeah.
and it rolls like it's on ice.
Yeah, yeah, and as long as you have, you don't have rugs, which I don't have rugs in my house, so.
I mean,
So,
to
yeah,
me,
I thought about ordering one, for my next printer. Using that as a vehicle to be able to move it around, because I have, space is an issue, and I would have to be able to move it around to be able to get to other things.
well, that was the problem that I was running into. When you guys first saw the picture of the unit, it was sitting on the floor in my room. And to me, it was too low. You know, you're trying to get to it and it's all the way down on the floor. And when I put my second AMS in place, I actually had to take some boxes of silk filament that I had to put it on the side of the unit to raise the AMS up high enough to get it next to everything. And I got to tell you, if you can justify the cost of this unit, because you can, but obviously you can get something cheaper. But if you can justify the cost of this unit, it's well worth picking up, because it is definitely a workhorse. You've got that upper drawer for anything that you want to store in the drawer as far as tools. Then that bottom piece, you can put, like you said, 2 AMSs in there. It will not let you pull both of those trays out at the same time. So that way there, it'll never tip forward. You can either have the top one open, so you can work on that AMS, or you can have the bottom one open, but you can't pull both of them out at the same time.
Oh, that is nice. So, Ed, you have a 3D printer. Just print something to expand your house.
I wish I could.
Anyway, guys, my wife has been telling me that we need to have dinner at 11:30 p.m.
Oh, shoot.
So I need to drop. It's been great talking to you guys. I will probably not join next Sunday.
Well, maybe from a plane. You might join from a plane.
Well, I'll join probably. I need to check out what time is my flight, but I'll probably join the chat and insult you guys through the chat.
Okay, sounds good. Take care, guys.
All righty, have a good one, sir.
Take care, guys.
Take care, man.
Fun.
But
Okay,
yeah,
everybody.
I gotta tell you, it's well worth the money. The only thing I wouldn't do, and I was thinking about it, I thought about getting the den put on top of this because of the
It's too
poop
high.
chute.
It's too high.
Yeah, after
Makes it
seeing the
too
way
high.
it's sitting right now, it's way too high to.
Exactly.
So
Yeah,
all I did, not done yet, but I'm printing a straight chute. Come off of the back of that, go straight down, and I've got a trash barrel in the back. So it's gonna come off of a straight chute directly into the trash barrel that's in the back of the unit.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't get that. It's gonna be way too high when you try to get stuff up in the AMS you have on top. It's gonna be way too high. You're gonna have to get a little bench or ladder to get up there.
Step stool just to do your normal stuff, yeah. As much as it's a
Yeah.
nice idea,
Yeah, I
it's
agree.
not worth it at this point.
But there's a drawer, you have a drawer there above the AMS that you have in the bottom, right? There's a drawer there?
Yes,
That's
there's
what
a
you
drawer, where that door is open, just above it is a drawer. A
Yeah,
full-size
that's what I
drawer.
thought. Yeah.
Somebody talking about my surge protector, is that why you jumped in there?
No, they said, you guys ever discuss surge protection, cheap insurance? So I was like, well, matter of fact, there's a surge protector right there.
Yeah, I have surge
And that's
protection
only
in all
because
of
I
them.
really haven't found the battery backup that I want to put on that, you know?
Go flow.
I know we talked about those, what is it, ego flows, but I mean, that might be overkill, really. And then I've got that closet door that you can see that's right next to it. So if I put one of those large battery units sitting there, my wife will probably show me the other end of the frying pan.
You know, one thing that I did, in some of this, one of the software updates for the H2D, there, you could change the settings so when it heats up the bed, it doesn't heat up extremely fast, so it doesn't have a big jolt. I was concerned with all the other printers in the room that it would trigger, you know, be a problem while we're charging it, and you can lose the you know, the light in the house, and at least in that room. So there's I think there's a setting now. I know there is a setting that you can adjust it so it's going to take a little longer to heat up the bed, but it's not going to create a surge. That if you have a couple of printers being turned on at the same time, it could trigger the you know, the power to go up too high and knock off the electricity completely. Have you seen? Has anybody done that? Are you adjusted it, or you have it just normal setting?
I haven't looked, to be honest with you. You know, the nice thing about that light, Len, is that when you close the door, it shuts itself off.
That's nice.
When you open the door, it turns itself back on. But yeah, that opened up a lot of space for me in this room, that, you know, my office. And if you look through the hallway, you can see the X1C in the other room. But with this, it basically took up airspace instead of floor space, which is really nice. You know, it really opened up some extra room for me. And once I start putting filament in that bottom tray, it's going to open up even more room in this room, because right now the boxes are sitting on the floor. So
yeah, that's a nice little cabinet. I mean, it's got a high price, but those drawers and everything being purpose built for the AMS and all of that, that's real nice. It's really nice.
You know, and that particular cabinet is purpose built for the H2 series. As you can see, it fits perfectly on that thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that's all the picks that we have today. Thank you for sending those in, Mark. And thank you, everybody else, for sending them in. And thanks, everybody, for joining this evening.
Okay, guys.
And I'll see everybody next week.
Have a nice week.
Have a great week.
Have a good one, guys. And I'll see if I can't scratch up some more knitted animals for you next
There
week.
we go.
All right. See everybody later. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Take care.